Hello and welcome back to my channel, Craft Time by Casey. I'm Casey, and this is the bracelet that we will be making in this video. I am super happy with the way that it came out. I definitely enjoyed making it, and we'll zoom in. Most of the pieces from this bracelet came from the March 2022 Bargain Bead Box. I will do my best at leaving some links down below to show you where I got all these items. I've had some wonderful questions about where I purchased different things, and I am definitely happy to share. So thank you very much for asking, and keep the questions coming. So if you would like to see how this bracelet came about, then stay tuned. All right, so let's get right into it. I'm going to start off by going over the tools I will be using. I'm going to use 2 sets of chain nose pliers. I will use my set of fine point cutters. And I will be using my crimping pliers. Most of the beads that I will be using came from the March 2022 Bargain Bead Box, along with the Toggle Clasp also came in the bead box. The rest of the findings and the spacer beads came from my own stash. Starting with this one, I really like this spacer bead. It's got these really cool engravings on both sides. And these smaller spacer beads are round, circular, also have engravings on the side, and all the findings as well. We've got the jump rings, guardian wires, crimp covers, crimp tubes, and I've been asked in several videos where I get what I'm using or where I got what I'm using. So I am really trying to do a lot better, and I will leave links below for everything that I have links for, everything that I did not get in the bead box. All right, so let's get started. I also am using 49 strand bead along wire in the silver color, which is listed as the color Bright. I always get the 100 feet when I order it because I go through it so quickly. I'll have a link for that one as well. So here we go. I'm going to start by putting on the jump ring and the crimp tube, and then I will put on the guardian wire. Put it through one end, and you flip it around, put it through the other. Just like that. You make sure your jump ring goes in between the ends of the wire up into the guardian wire, and then your crimp tube needs to have both sides of the wire through it, just like that. Now, I am going to get up there pretty close with my crimp tube, and I like to close that guardian wire just a little bit. So I'm going to squeeze it with my fingers just so it closes it a little bit, and then pull on that wire so the crimp tube gets pretty close. Now I'm going to grab my crimping pliers. I'm going to go in that second divot. When you have that nice taco, you want to turn it on the side, smash it again. All right, and it's kind of closed, but I like to go up there with that flat part of the crimping pliers, give it that extra smash. So that way it's nice and tight. Now I'm going to grab that crimp cover, and I'm going to put it right over the top of that smashed crimp tube. And then once it's over there, I'm going to flip it up, just like that. I go in there with my chain nose pliers, smash it. All right, so there we have the end, or the starting, I should say, the starting end of our bracelet. And for the second strand of the bracelet, it's going to start the exact same way. So now, here is the order. All right, so we're going to start with the small pearl. Small flat spacer. Small pearl. Small flat spacer. So now at the other end, you want to make sure that tail is going through all of these beads and the spacers, just like that. Now we're going to start using the bigger beads. So we're going to use the light blue rondelle, and in between each one, we're going to use the bigger spacers. Now the ice blue round, bigger spacer, ice blue round, bigger spacer, and then we're going to use this flat round from the bead box, bigger spacer. So this is the one side of it, and the opposite side is going to look just like this. So now we're going to get into that center component. So we're going to use these clear beads that also, they're the clear rounds, but they also pick up color when they hit that light. So we're going to use the first one, large spacer, and we're going to use these one of these awesome kind of elongated faceted beads from the bead box. Big spacer and clear glass round, just like that. I think that looks awesome. All right, so now we're going to put the other end, just like this side, on the opposite side, just in reverse. So we'll come back together when the whole thing is done for this strand. Okay, so here is the whole strand, and as you can see, we did this side exactly like this side, just in reverse. All right, so now we'll see how I close the end. So we will put on the crimp tube, jump ring, and wire guardian. Wrap it around, put it through the other side, we're going to make sure the jump ring gets up in that wire guardian, and make sure both ends of the wire go through that crimp tube. I'm also going to put a couple beads through the other end of the wire. All right, so I'm going to take this wire, hold on to the Guardian, and pull it down. All right, so same as before, I'm going to take that Guardian wire and close it a little bit with my fingers. Okay, so now I'm going to tug that wire, make sure it's nice and snug. Then I'm going to take my crimping pliers. So I zoomed it in a little bit so we could see it. Now I'm going to take my crimping pliers and I'm going to go into that second divot. Just like that. Smash it pretty good. Got that nice taco shape. I'm going to turn it on its side. Go into that first divot. And smash it again. Okay, and it's good, but again, I like going in with that flat piece on the end, giving it that final smash, and to me that just makes it as tight as it can be. So now I'm going to flip it over, hold it by the jump ring. I'm going to take that crimp cover, place it right on top of the smash crimp tube, and then flip it over. Just like that. So now I'm going to take my chain nose pliers and smash it. So now I'm going to take care of that tail. Get my cutters, get in there as close as I can. Cut off that tail. And then I get in there with my nails and put it in that next bead so it's kind of hidden. And there is our first strand. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to make a second strand just like this. So we will meet up once we have 2 of these strands. All right. So here we go. Now we have both of our strands, our identical strands. So now we are going to connect them with the toggle clasp. All right, so I have that jump ring. I'm going to go ahead and add one side of the strand, one side of the other strand, and one side of that toggle clasp. And close that jump ring. So now we'll have a second jump ring. We'll add one side and the other side. The other side of the toggle clasp, and we will close that jump ring. All right, so here is the finished piece. So here we go. Got it connected with the toggle clasp in the back. All right. I love the way it came out. So I'm going to set it up on my display and I will meet you back. All right. So here is that final piece. I absolutely love the way that it came out. I am just a huge fan of the natural kind of earthy tones of this month's Bargain Bead Box. I just think it makes for some really beautiful pieces. So if you like this video and you want to see other videos like it, as well as unboxings, other types of organization videos that we have coming, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and give me a like, leave a comment. I absolutely love reading the comments that I have received. You guys are so kind. I love this jewelry making community. It feels like a very tight-knit, helpful, supportive group of people, and I feel very proud to be a part of it. So go ahead and leave a comment down below. Like I said, I love reading your words, and let me know what you think. Also, like I said earlier, you can look in that description box. I'm going to try to leave as many links as I can to the items that I used that were not in the bead box. And I'll thank you in advance for clicking on any of those links. It really helps this channel out. All right, so thank you again, and I definitely look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.